Mic check, mic check. Hello, hello, everybody. We got Slurpee in the house. I thought I saw Yao Boy type something in chats. I don't see it right now. I thought he said something about beating Bender. I could be going crazy though. Maybe I didn't see that. What's going on, Slurp? How you doing? You were just at Mass Stream? Yeah, I just saw that he was online. I checked it out just for a sec. I went and hit the like, and I saw he was playing something different. But I couldn't tell what it was. I was gonna ask him about it. Bender, what's going on, Bender, my brother? How are you doing today? I am Mr. Marauder, and I actually soon to not be. I finally got my name. I can honestly say that I didn't pick my name. My name was given to me by the Lord above. I prayed on it. I was gonna do something really cool. The name that I ended up getting, I don't really like all that much. But I'm blessed that the good Lord gave me the title. So I'm going to be, whatever I can figure it out. I was going to do it for this stream, but I got home from work and I made some salads. I'm eating avocado bread right now. And so yeah, so I'll have it done by next stream. Probably Sunday I'll work on it a bit. Couldn't figure out how to change my name. I was going through all the settings and stuff, and I just looked at it real quick, 5 minutes or so. Beep, 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 beep. Hi everyone, Mav is doing PUBG. Alright, we're gonna play, but it's making him redo the tutorial. Oh, but tomorrow we plan to do our Rainbow Six Siege and PUBG, maybe Overwatch 2. Yeah, a lot of shooters, huh? A lot of the team-based shooters. That's what's up. I know y'all enjoy those. Brandon says, woo woo, new name reveal. I was watching all day. Yeah. I had a super busy day. I mean, I was booked, fully booked. And, you know, stuff. Fully booked. When I got home, I was doing stuff. Like I said, I was making some dinner, got some stuff together, and then I couldn't figure it out. So, by the next stream, everything will be changed. Can't stay long. Can't wait for the new name. Stay safe, stay awesome. All right, my brother. Peace out. No sweater, man. You have a good night, Slurp. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Bender. So yesterday, I did get a copyright for the stream yesterday. I got a copyright strike in Russia. I thought that was kind of humorous. Figured what song? I don't know. I didn't look that hard into it. I just saw that it was from Russia. And I was like, whatever. I just thought it was funny because you mentioned it last night, and I was like, go figure, they're all over it. SOTD, what's that? Eastern Euro, what? What's SOTD? It's so automated. Oh, System of a Down, right. How did I not know that? Oh my god. I usually call them System, but then again, if you said that, I probably wouldn't have known what you meant anyway. Aren't they Eastern European? I think Surge Tankian is. I'm not sure, to be honest. It's so automated now. System of a Down. Oh, sheesh. The GOW soundtrack. Is that what this is? No, this is from God of War. This apparently from the new God of War. I don't know. I got this on. It's a Slavic War tribal pagan music, pagan war music or some shit. It's the kind of shit I listen to. This is what I listen to when I go train in boxing and stuff. This one's pretty dope, but it's not my favorite hype song. Oh yeah, what did I say? My dumbass. For some reason I thought Game of Thrones. I don't know why. I saw that Geo and I thought Game of Thrones. Thanks for correcting me there, yeah boy. My illiterate ass. System is from Armenia originally. You googled it. Alright, word. Okay. I figured it was from somewhere like that because, you know, they didn't exactly have American names. Like Surge Tankian, you know, that doesn't sound very American. Armenian, oh, that's cool. Yeah, this soundtrack in particular has some Witcher 3 songs in it as well. The speaking voice has a big accent, da. Honestly, I've never heard him speak. I couldn't even tell you what a Armenian would sound like. Did you know? Fun fact, Surge Tankian, lead singer of System of a Down, and you know, started his own band and stuff. He didn't pick up his first guitar until he was 25. Russian/Turkish, you guess. Yeah, I'm kind of an uncultured swine. Yeah, boy said, "Oh no, I just realized you told me happy birthday on Discord." Yeah, no, not a problem, brother. It happens. You know, I'm always missing shit on Discord regularly, not responding. It is what it is. I do not mind. But yeah, I'm kind of an uncultured swine when it comes to like geography and stuff. So. All right. That's a good spot to turn the music down. Maybe not zero music. Yeah, we'll just turn the volume down. Gotta have something in the background there. But instead I have a desk mouse mat that has all the countries on it. Very handy. Huh. That's a good idea, actually. Das ist a goose idea. Buona idea. Bendar, my friend. I think I'm gonna make my camera a little bigger. Do that right Right, motherfucking meow. I'm gonna see a little bit more of my ugly mug, but that's all right. What game is on the list today? I'm gonna do some more trucking, American Trucking Simulator. Let's try that. Is that too much? That might be too big. There we go. That was good. I'll join in a few. All right. I will be in the Discord. I'll send you a Discord call here. And then you could talk about what the topic is today, which I am talking about finances today. Whoop whoop! Super exciting. I've been really into my finances. Like I've been talking to a lot of people about really like digging away at debt and stuff. And I gotta say, man, I'm proud of myself. So a little bit about my financial history. I know nothing about it, to be honest. And I know a lot of people are in the same boat. Like a lot of people don't know just anything about it. You know how to go about it and all that stuff. And like it's kind of like the blind leading the blind out there. But I have been looking. I've been doing a lot of research, so I got some good stuff. Being a few. Oh boy, I've been finding it for a few hours. I've traded for a max sleeper. That's what's up. Word. You should start posting it on Discord. You got Colorado and Idaho last night. That's what's up. I was thinking about buying like a lot of the, or maybe a few more of the other DLCs. There you go. This one's the Grand Judge. Oh wait, no, I'm already on a mission. That's right. That's right. I started one and then someone told me to stop playing, and I was like, all right. Since I'm on this whole working on being obedient to the Lord thing, I stopped mid-mission. But now I'm back. The older ones go on sale for 70% off regularly. That's what's up. I'll check it out. Yeah, boy says about Colorado, but can't drive to it because you don't own Utah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's why I bought the bundle. You might be able to get that bundle still. There's a bundle with Colorado. It gives you a bunch of them. It actually gives you all the states that I have, which are... I don't know where the big map is, but California, what is this, Utah, Colorado. Why do I not know my map? Hang on. It's like Arizona, there we go. See, I told you I'm terrible with geography, but anywho. I, like many other people, like my financial career started off. I asked my mom, alright, so when I was like maybe 12 or 13, I always heard people talk about credit cards. And I finally asked my mom one day, I was like, what are credit cards? What is credit? And that boy says, yeah, I'm a very open world guy. That's what's up. So I asked her what credit was, what credit cards were. She told me it was basically free money. And I went to the military right out of high school, got my first, dose of adult life, and went out and got my first credit card right out of high school, or right out of boot camp, and learned very quickly that that wasn't the case. It wasn't free money at all. I bought like I bought an Xbox 360 and a bunch of other stuff, man. I maxed it the fuck out. Woo! And so I learned, I learned it then, but like I really didn't learn my lesson for years, I was still terrible with money. I was still like, well, I didn't really use a whole lot of credit cards except for that one. I just kind of let that one and a Best Buy one that I had, which if you guys know anything about credit cards, Best Buy is one of the worst you can get. So avoid it at all costs. But I had a couple of these credit cards. It was kind of the only like debt that I had looming over me. I really didn't understand loans and debt and all this other stuff. Got with my ex. We were both really bad with money. We spent basically every single cent that we had on eating out and doing other stuff. We worked a lot, but we spent all that money too. And spent basically the whole marriage not financially sound. I made the mistake of mixing our accounts very early on in the relationship, and that is one thing, fellas. Let me tell you, if you do start getting serious with a lady, please, please, for the love of God, do not mix your finances. Keep your shit separate. That was one of the worst mistakes that I made. Mistake number one. Bennett says, outs, that's a marriage. Broken, mixed accounts. Yeah, you know, and I didn't know any better, and like, you know, unfortunately, my parents didn't know any better either. They weren't, like, you know, any good at this. So, like, you know, they couldn't tell me, or whatever advice they could give me was wrong, you know. But yeah, we mixed the accounts. Or honestly, no, even if they did give me good advice, I wouldn't listen back then. You know, I was a young punk, and I was like, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, so we mixed our accounts, and like I allowed her to have. Basically, she ran it because she was better with numbers. She was better with keeping track of the bills and stuff. And she was the type that would panic if we were ever late on a bill. So I was like, all right, you know, I let her have it. I let her take control. And it seemed to work for a while. And then basically right after we got married, once I got my CDL, actually, once I got my truck driving, welcome to colorful Colorado. Yeah, you're... Crashed vehicle. What? I didn't hit nobody. Oh yeah, I did.
Reroute.
Oh well. So I allowed her to use the stuff and to have control of the finances. And once we got married, a little bit afterwards, you know, I got my CDL. And then after that, I started listening to Dave Ramsey, and I was like, all right, I really got to get serious about finances. And she wasn't having that. At that point, we were about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years into the marriage. Or relationship, I should say. And she was like, yeah, every time I would bring up saving any kind of money, man, she would just freak the hell out. And I was like, look at where we are, man. You know, we're making we're starting to make more money. But like, the shitty thing was that I would work all day. So at the time, you know, I was doing CDL, and she was like working some, you know, a part-time job. And I was making some pretty decent money throughout, you know, the whole weekend. But while I was working, she was spending it all, you know. So I'd get done, you know, I'd have my days off Wednesday, Thursday. And it's not perfect technical state. Be more careful next time. I didn't do this shit. I didn't make it overweight. And it wouldn't even be a do better next time either. They would take your ass right off the road. They would take stuff off your vehicle to make sure it weighs a good amount. Yeah, no. That is not how that would go down at all. Well, I'm tired. I drove past the beds. I guess we're gonna have to wait till the next ones. So you know, I kind of left it alone for a while. I started doing whatever I could. I was making sacrifices on my end, such as like not eating out and stuff like that, trying not to spend money. But the more that I did that, the more she did not. Oh shit! We got a couple of we got a crash. We got some chatters here. Yeah, boy says about Colorado. I got that. Brad, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? How you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Bender says you can take a simple job that starts in Colorado. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that's where I missed. Okay, I missed a bit of that. I apologize. Welcome, Brad, if you're still there. And so yeah, so I started trying to like sacrifice, you know, like eating a bunch of peanut butter. Man, I ate so many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And again, you know, anytime I would try to bring up money, man, it was a 4-letter word, and that happens in a lot of marriages. You know, money becomes real hard to talk about. Eventually, you know, a few years down the line, we got to a point where we were both making good money as massage therapists, and you know, I got to a point one day where I was like, man, what was she spending it on? Honestly, it was everything. Anything and everything. Like, she was going out, She would buy like purses. She would buy a bunch of Hobby Lobby stuff, DVDs, video games, like just kind of whatever was at her whim. Board games, and it was a lot of food, a lot of eating out, a lot of that kind of stuff. And you know, I was like I said, once we became like massage therapists, especially like a couple years into it, when she ended up becoming a manager of where we were working, and I was still a therapist, so she started actually making more money than I was. That's when the problems really came in. And there was one day, man, I went to go fill up with gas, and my card got declined, and I looked at my account, there was nothing in there, and I was like, what in the fuck? I was like, we worked too damn hard for me to be like stranded out here. I was like, thank God, you know, I get some cash tips every once in a while, because I had 20 bucks on me so that I could, like, you know, pay for gas. But I was like, if it wasn't for that, I would have been stranded. And when I called her and told her about it, she was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that, like, we're not gonna have enough money, so don't spend any money for a couple days. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? I was like, I was almost stranded at work because I didn't have any gas, like, you know. And then that's when like the issues really kicked off. You're getting tired? Yeah, I know. Business says, I can buy parts like I'm an addict, boom boxes. Yeah, eating out is huge, man. Eating out is massive. Hobby Lobby would put any female in debt pretty easy. Hey man, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't even gonna hate. I like Hobby Lobby too. I'm a hobbyist myself. But you're definitely right, man. She loved that place. Any day that wasn't Sunday, and every time it was Sunday, she was mad that we couldn't go. Incidents like that really stand out. Yep. Yeah, so it was a real mess, you know. It was a real mess. And then I'm gonna be like real honest here. Like, well, once the divorce came to be, you know, first of all, I was in a position where I had no money. I had a little bit of money saved up because I was saving for a new computer. That was okay. So here's another story. So I had just started streaming around that time. So I was only streaming for like 3 months before my divorce, which is why it was like part of the reason why it was so hard for me to gain traction and stuff like that. But like, you know, I was streaming, and it kind of got to a point. I was streaming on a real old computer, and it got to a point where it was like my computer wasn't doing it, wasn't cutting it, right? And I told her, I was like, look, I really want a new computer so I can do this. I was like, I'm gonna need at least $2,000. And you know, I could tell she wasn't happy about it, but I was like, I need this. I was like, you get whatever the hell you want. You know, I was like, I need something, because I literally never got anything that I wanted. 2 times in that relationship did I buy anything that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I was like, yeah. So like, I was like, let's do this. Let me save this up. And what does she do? She decides to plan a trip to California. And that was her quote-unquote way to save our marriage. And I fell for it, you know. And I went and I took all my money, spent all the almost $3,000 that I had, everything on souvenirs, eating out, this and that. So when she left me, you know, like a couple weeks later, I had 0 money to my name, and like I was finding it real hard to work, you know, doing what I do. I'm a massage therapist, you know, so I work real close with people, and like being like depressed and all that stuff, it was like, bro, it was not pretty. So that all happened. And then, you know, I was talking to my family and stuff like that, like trying to figure out what I needed to do and all this other stuff.
Never mind.
And they kept telling me, they were like, look at your credit, you know, make sure she's not like, you know, using credit cards and stuff like that. So it took me longer than I should have to check it. I really should have checked it way earlier. I probably could have saved myself some headache. But it turns out that she opened up 7 credit cards in my name, maxed them all out. Fortunately, like, we didn't have great credit, so it was a pretty low amount altogether. It ended up being like a little over $4,000, or right around like $5,000, which was still going from like nothing. And like, you know, I also forgot to mention that like we had just done a debt consolidation thing, so literally months before that we were out of debt. You know, we literally had no debt. And then to go from that to like a few months later to find out she had credit cards. She had 7 credit cards in my name, completely maxed out. Then I found out she had 9 in her name, and I was like, what in the fuck? Bender says, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. Trust betrayal. Yeah, and I don't want anyone to think, I'm saying this to put it negatively, but this did happen. I don't want to shine a negative light on my ex-wife. She's a great woman. I have no hard feelings against her, even though all that happened. I've let it all go. We've forgiven each other. But this did happen, and I want people to know, because I want guys to understand the pitfalls that we could fall into. And mind you, I had an easy divorce. Like, what I went through was easy compared to what could have happened. If we did have money and stuff like that, if we had like assets and all that shit, it could have been much worse. But anywho, to go back to my part, I had all this debt on me, and I was fortunate. That doesn't mean she is a bad person. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people make mistakes. They do things for inexplicable reasons. I mean, she knew she can get away with it because I loved her, and that's really all it came down to. But anywho, regardless, that's really not the point of the story. Is ooh, a Kentworth truck dealership. I had all this debt. I managed to pay. OMG, bad person, rude. A bad. Oh, I missed that. These damn sunglasses. Don't mean she's a bad person.
Go straight up.
But yeah, eventually, I spent a couple years, getting back on my feet. It took me about 6 months to make my way back to Colorado, start massaging again. And that's when me and Blizz actually became really close. I moved in with him for about 6 months, and then slowly started making my way closer and closer to Denver. And started working on my finances, and then I really hit it hard and got myself completely out of debt. I had 0 debt. And then, for some reason, I took that as all right, now go out and get a bunch of money and do shit. And so I did. I got a loan, and then and with that, I bought this computer and stuff. So I did do some good things with it. But I ended up opening up a CD, and then I had a few credit cards still left over. I didn't cancel all of them. And I ended up buying a Jeep. That was that Wrangler that I was telling you about yesterday, Bender. That Wrangler, because of I bought it from a real scumbag dealership, man. Real scumbag. It was a real lemon. And because the warranties gave out after the first month, which was when everything started going to shit, of course. That Jeep ended up putting me over $7 grand in the hole. Actually, I think in total it cost me over 10 grand after what I was paying for it, just to repair it, just to keep the repairs up. And it was every month something else was going on, and then unfortunately it was to a point where I couldn't sell it because it was way upside down, and I couldn't even repair it to a point where I could sell it. So I was I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. So I ended up putting all that money back on these credit cards. It was $3,000 out of my own money, and then another $7 grand on credit cards. And I was just I can't do this anymore, So I ended up letting it go to repo. I just stopped paying for it. I was gonna do a voluntary repo, but I was I didn't have any money. I didn't. What year? Soft top. Cars can bite up so fast. Oh yeah, no, it was 2011. And no, it wasn't a soft top. I won't get a soft top Jeep. It was a 4-door automatic. Not the normal Wrangler. The Sahara, yeah. It was a Sahara. This burnt red orange color. It looked amazing. But yeah, that one. I mean, it was such a lemon. It was such a piece of shit. And I loved her for everything she was. But my God, it cost me so much money. So for those of you listening right now, buy a Toyota. Buy a Toyota. It was a mess, man. So it put me way back in some serious debt. Like I said, I ended up letting it get repoed. And fortunately, it was in the summer when that happened, because I had to ride my bike around for a couple weeks. I did have the foresight to go buy a bike because I knew it was gonna happen. I was I haven't been able to keep up with these payments. The payments were $421 a month, on top of insurance and all that, plus the gas. I couldn't afford it. So Bender says voluntary repo. My bud waited 7 months when he did bankruptcy. Car was his to drive for all that time. He called for pickup 3 times. Can't do that until discharge, sir. Oh shit. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, I thought about the whole bankruptcy thing, but I was like, you know, I really wasn't that bad off. And yeah, like I said, the people were telling me, like, you know, do the voluntary repo, but I was like, I just didn't have the time. Plus, I was kind of lollygagging a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. 7 months for the free car. I mean, that's what's up. That's pretty lucky. 7 months with a free car. But yeah, that was when I decided. I was like, no more Jeeps, man. Jeeps just cannot happen. Yeah, he was 80K in debt. Oh, fuck, yeah. And that's kind of the thing, too. Even as, like, upset I am with, like, all the debt that I'm in, like, I really have never been in that much debt. Like, really no more than 10 grand. I do kick myself in the ass because, like, you know, like I said, I dug myself out of debt and I was completely out of it. And then I got the loans and the credit cards and the car. And I was like, you know, now I'm, like, kicking myself in the ass again because I was like, well, I was in a good place. And now I'm like, you know, kind of right back to where I was when I got divorced. But, I mean, the good thing is I'm making more money right now. I was kind of like doing the math and stuff. I got my W-2. And, you know, like full disclosure, you know, I'm not very good about keeping track of like what I make, which is a terrible, terrible thing. If you guys are listening right now, start getting good. Start keeping track of where every dollar goes. Write it down, stamp it on your forehead, tattoo it, whatever you gotta do, because that's gonna be a vital skill to have. But I'm not exactly sure how much I make. You know, I can kind of do the math based on my hourly and stuff like that. But in the last like 9 months, I made right around 42,000 on paper, and then that's without the cash that I had. The cash was easily another 2 grand. Of course, I didn't keep track of it. And then I kind of like, you know, at first I was like, man, that's shitty. That's pretty low, you know. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, there's a whole other 3 months that's not on there for the year that I didn't, you know, I didn't work 3 months out of that year. And then on top of that, I wasn't working full-time. I wasn't working 40 hours. I've only been working 40 hours for the last few months. Bender says, that's not bad at all. I mean, it's not. It's actually not. I mean, I looked it up. So first of all, like, you know, if I keep up a full-time schedule, 40 hours, with cash and everything like that, I probably make closer to 55, maybe even upward to 60.
And then turn.
So I mean, that's really good if I can push that. But even at like 42, which was on the low end, I looked it up today, and they said that would be considered middle class for a single person. So I was like, that's really not bad at all, you know. And like, especially because I have a low lifestyle, you know, a low maintenance lifestyle. Now, you know, now that I'm divorced and stuff. Bender says that's the perfect amount to get a good benefits from healthcare. Oh yeah. Good discounts off of the cost of healthcare. Yeah, I hear that, man, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to go full time. But really, it's the money. It's the money, you know. I did sign up for the 401k. So it's like I finally do have that, but that's basically the only net income that I have right now. The net work or whatever, that's not cash. And then I'm quickly paying off the biggest credit card that I had. I was able to drop $1,000 on it in the last week, and then I'm gonna be dropping another 1,000 in the next like couple weeks, maybe month. And that's gonna bring me down to like 2 grand, 1,500. So that one's gonna be done like before summer. And then after that, I have a personal loan that's right around 3 grand. But you know, if I stay on it, if I stick on top of this, I'm definitely gonna be out of all my loans or my credit card debt before the end of the year. And then I do have another thing that's 1,400 in collections, which I'm gonna have to take care of, but I'm like, whatever, it's already in collection, so I could sit there for a minute. Bender, I saw that you said you did a debt consolidation one time, yeah? It wasn't a bad idea, But now that I know how it works, honestly, if I ever ended up in that situation again, I would just do it myself. Because it's really, like, really all they do is you pay them, and obviously they take a little portion of it. Look at this. Oh man, this looks just like Colorado. Like for real, this looks like where Blizz lives. Like on the when I drive to go visit Blizz out in Lyman, just like this. I'm gonna have to show him this. But yeah, what debt consolidators do is they take your money, and then they start taking your debts, and basically they do the snowball method, which is what I've done to get out of my credit cards. Is you take the one that's the lowest amount, and you basically just start putting all your extra cash into that. And then once you got that one paid off, you take whatever those payments were that you put into that card, and then you put it into the next lowest amount. So if you say you're putting 100 into one card, once you finish that one off, that 100 rolls over into the next card, so you're paying, I don't know, 150 now on that card, plus whatever extra you can. And then like you're gonna take that 150 once you're done with that second card, and you're gonna put into the next card. Now you're paying 200, a month on one card. So like, that's the snowball method. It gets bigger and bigger. Bender says, yep, it was like 16K and I saved so much on interest. Also, minimum payments are crap. Yeah, absolutely, minimum payments are shit. He used Lending Tree. It was like 6% versus 23%. No fees. Yeah, snowball method. Yeah, and I mean, Lending Tree and stuff like that, they do have a little bit more leverage than us, and stuff like that, just because they have the foundation and stuff like that, the reputation. But I like I said, I would just do it myself because they kind of do the same thing, and I think you wouldn't pay like any interest at that point. But yeah, really, pretty much all they do is they take your money and then they negotiate your collections. Because really, all the collections dudes are looking to do is get their money. And like a lot of the times, say you owe 1,200, you're like, look, I have 900, I'll give you right now. Woo, boy, get the fuck out of here with your molesty van. A lot of the times they'll take it, they'll be like, all right, because they really just want the money. And if you work with them, believe it or not, the debt collectors can be pretty reasonable. Y'all boy says, I'm enjoying the gameplay because I'm 14 and don't need to think about finances right now. You know what, man? Believe it or not, you should be. You absolutely should be right now. Because it's not much longer, actually. 18, they say that's the best time to start investing. And like, if I knew that right now, absolutely, my brother, I would absolutely start looking into investing. Look into a high interest savings account, a Roth IRA. I don't know what you can do at 18. Talk to your parents or something about that. Talk to them about starting a savings account for you. Because compound interest is a motherfucker. So they said, like, for example, someone who's 18 years old starts saving. Say he puts down $1,000, say, just to save. So it's gonna compound, right? So whatever interest you get from that is gonna compound into the next year. So it's gonna be, say it's 10%, right? So it's gonna be that 1,000. The next year is gonna be 1,100. So now you're making that 10% off of 1,100, which is gonna be whatever the math is after that the next year. So people have done the math, and they said if you start that when you're 18, you're gonna be a lot better off than if you put even double, even triple down if you're double that age. So once you're like my age, if you're like 36, and I were to put 3,000 down, it still over time wouldn't be as much as if I put 1,000 down when I was 18, if that makes sense. So right now would be the time, y'all boy, and that's actually kind of why I'm doing this. That's the whole reason why I started. I decided to keep the gameplay, keep something easy to do while I can talk about the serious stuff, because I know it kind of draws the younger crowd. And this is the kind of stuff you guys need to be hearing. Maybe you don't even need to focus on it right now. Maybe, but something to keep in the back of your head. So that way you can't say, I never heard it before. I never heard anyone talk about this before, like I did, because I had no idea. I had no idea about any of this, man. I didn't even know, like I said, I didn't even learn what credit was, truly, until I was about 25 years old. And the collector started calling, you know. And I was like, oh, this is what credit is. It looks like free money. They give you $1,000, but they end up wanting, was it $1,250 back, you know. It is the game. Bender says, they just transferred the money to my bank account and I paid off the cards. Oh, okay. Nothing was late payments. My credit rating was high. Oh, okay. So you did a, that's a consolidation loan. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. And that I would do. That I would do, but I didn't try it this time because I didn't think I would qualify for it. Plus, I was like, I'm really not that deep in the hole. But yeah, no, consolidation, yeah, that's different. That's different than what I did. A consolidation loan is a great idea if you can do it. Because yeah, like Bender says, is that they give you all the money that you need up front, and then you use all that money to pay off the credit cards. And like he says, that eliminates all that extra like interest. Woo, Denver! Welcome to Denver, everybody. Honestly, bro, like legit, that looks like my apartment building. Like I'm gonna post a picture of the front of my apartment building when I go on a smoke break. It looks just like that. Drive by your house. Hey, I just kind of did. I just kind of did. This game did good, man. They got their geography right, that's for sure.
Go straight up.
Oh man, but for those of you out there who are listening, credit cards, stay away from them. You know, some people are good at them, and it's actually a good idea to have one or two and actually use them every once in a while, but always keep them at a zero balance. Always keep them at that, you know, you don't ever want to owe anything. Like, what you want to do is you want to get the card, you want to like buy a meal, you want to buy some gas, something like that, spend like 20-30 bucks on it, and make sure that you pay it before the end of the month. That way it shows you have a card, you know how to use it, you know how to not like have a balance on it, and that's what's gonna keep your credit score up. Right now, honestly, like I'm not worried about a credit score. To be honest, it's kind of a joke. Like, so Bender, okay. So like even with the repo under my belt, my credit score is like 630 right now, and I was like, that repo was only a year ago, you know, so it's got to hit my credit pretty hard. And it could be because like I've been paying all these other debts off and stuff like that so fast, but I was like, you know, it's kind of I don't want to say a joke, but it's a little arbitrary, you know what I mean? And it's not even something that I'm gonna worry about until I have the money that I need before I can start worrying about credit, you know. Bender says, I got in a Mack truck in Project Zomboid today, and the horn is great, unlike this game. Hey, what's wrong with this horn, huh? It doesn't even sound like a horn. It sounds like a car horn on like one of those super old pixelated like computery type games. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are like, welcome to Frog Mode. You know, that kind of game. It sounds like you play a car game on that kind of system. Bender says, even to be realistic, pay it all off every couple months. Don't keep thousands of dollars on them for years. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You don't want to hold that, because that's part. I actually like kind of learned. I need to like rewatch it. Whoa, bro, this looks exactly like the highways out here. This is the 25. No shit. Oh, I love it. Hey, are we on the 25? We are on the 25. Yep. Is this a 70? Yep. You know what's funny is that like right around here is where I worked at that last place. I would deliver right around here. There's a big like trucking area in this part of Colorado. That's funny. Credit scores are unpredictable. If you're not actually in collections or late on payments, even with a repo bankruptcy, you should get 600 plus. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm at like 630, you know, which is low, but it's still like average, unfortunately. But, you know, I know once I get these cards done, head back to the old hood. Oh, headed back to the old hood. Gotcha. Yes, sir. there is. Oh no, it's the Soldier State. It's the Soldier Field. Oh, that's where the Broncos play. Oh, I'm getting all geeked out. Oh, there's Elitch. Oh, those bubbles are here. Oh my God, I love this. Oh, I'm so glad I came here. That building's there. I recognize that building. The Elitch Gardens over there. The aquarium's over there. Yeah. Oh my God, this is beautiful, bro. Oh, fuck you. I'm enjoying this, all right? Let me. Oh, what am I doing? I can actually do this the good way. Oh, look at that, bro. I'm telling you, like that's Elitch Gardens right there. Oh, I'm geeking out right now. This is dope. Oh, we even have like pedestrians taking pictures and stuff. I want to see the mountains. I'm gonna have to go on the 70 the other way. I recognize that building, man. They did that architecture. Bender, when you come out here, you'll see it. You'll know what I'm talking about. This is exactly Colorado. I mean, you're like, you know, simulation of Colorado, obviously. But it's like I recognize all these buildings. That's nuts.
Keep right, and then exit right.
East to Lyman? Yo, this is the way that I drive to visit Blizz. He lives in Lyman. I probably shouldn't be throwing his info out like that. This is awesome. I'm so geeked. I'm glad I didn't do this off stream. Is that the Purina factory? Oh, look at that. I could even smell it, bro. Every time you drive past this right here, it just smells like just ass. It's the Purina factory. Yo, this is dope.
Keep left.
It smells so bad right here. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, so I think this is out of date, because they actually just redid the 70 a couple years ago. They expanded it and made a big tunnel, real fancy looking tunnel. Chambers, yeah. Oh, Denver International, Pena Boulevard. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm geeking. I'm geeking out here. I didn't think I would get all. I didn't think I'd get this hype for driving.
Keep right.
For driving in Colorado in a video game, which I drive in Colorado constantly. I don't know why I'm excited to do it here. Oh, screw you. I had to sleep, buddy. I like how it gives you that hurry up rock music. It's like, you're running late. Get the load to the customer. Something like that. Yep, y'all, this is the way to the airport. Oh, bro. Oh, I wonder if they have Big Blue. Do they have Big Blue? Oh, I gotta go see if they have Big Blue. Look at that. They did all this recently, actually, too, so that's dope. Oh, within the last few years. So I didn't drive out this way. This isn't where, like, I parked and stuff.
And then left.
I was a little bit more north of this.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Oh, well, thank you.
Turn left.
Yeah, boy says, man, I live in Georgia. I would totally geek out if they did my area. That would be dope. I think, unfortunately, the truck simulator is only on the west coast, or the western coasts. It doesn't have the more eastern states. But I believe Bender said that there's a game called Trucking Universe that does have like all 50 states. So maybe worth checking out. We just got a new viewpoint. It's a viewpoint. Wait, they do have big. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I gotta go visit Big Blue. I'm gonna dump this trailer off, and then go have a real close look at Big Blue. You guys are gonna get a little bit of Colorado history without even having to come to Colorado. That's awesome. Little pig, let me come in. Bender says, yo, what's going on? Where do you want this at? Alright, let's do it. It needs to go, oh, it needs to go right there, huh? It would have to go right there. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my part-time job. Okay, let's give this a shot. I'm definitely going third person for this one because this is going to be a biz niggle-datch. Your wide FOV makes it look crazy swervy to me. Swervy, really? Huh. I could see it like in the fences there, maybe. I don't know. I dig this. I can't do that super close FOV. That just don't fly. All right, it's gonna be a bitch. It would be so much easier if you could actually do it like this in a truck. Wrong way. I'm gonna have to reset. No, we're good. Oh, this car would have to be right here. Okay, let me see. I would get in so much trouble. You would get in so much trouble for this, right? But it's like, what the hell else am I supposed to do, huh? Hell, with drones nowadays, you could do that. Hey, you know what? I mean, it's not a bad idea. They do have trucks. You know how you were saying, Bender, that you have... Oh, look at this. I'm going right through it. That's cheap. Cheap. I should have got fined for that. They actually do have... You know how you were saying you have your mirror set up to where you have that one, like, virtual mirror or whatever in the center? They actually do have those. No harm, no foul. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, boy says, the one time a game breaking glitch goes in your face. Alright, I'll stop complaining. Yeah, alright, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. I'll accept my lack of fines. I won't be such a sadomasochist. And actually, I beg to differ. Minecraft has many glitches that go in your favor, I believe. It's in there. I've had much worse parking jobs. Okay, here we go. Whoop. There we go. Shabam-ba-lam-ba-dam-dam-dam. Shabam-ba-lam-ba-dam-dam. Oh, I wasn't late either? I am a level 8 enthusiast. That took me 20 hours. Word. 10 G's for that. I'll take it. I will take it. Alright, we're going to continue. We're going to do a little bit of driving around Denver for a while. Just to do some sightseeing. But foists, I'm going to take my little brick. Thank y'all for sticking around. Bender, remind me, I believe I said I was going to do something when I went on a break. And I forgot what that something was. Cool. A break. I'll join you in game after. All right, word. Yeah, if you don't remember, it must not be important. So. Oh, stretch. There we go. Yep, everyone, that's a good idea too. Can't recall. I can't recall it. It must not be important. It'll come back to us later. But yeah, my stretch reminds me that right now is a good time for y'all to stand up and stretch. Get yourselves away from the computer for a minute. We've been at this for an hour. About every 45 minutes, every hour or so, you should get up and join. Alright, I'll be back, yo. Hello, hello. I am back. And yeah, I know. I know I didn't turn the camera off. I'm usually pretty good about that. I'm actually pretty paranoid about being watched when I don't realize it. Not saying it's ever gonna happen. He did know I did know. You can turn the fines off. Yeah, yeah. Bender was telling me to do that yesterday too, but I was like, nah, I like leaving the fines on. I was like, plus, like, they're really not all that. But like, you would have to like really try to like do enough, get enough fines to like make it. What was it to make it to like hit into your profit? I don't know why I'm having such a hard time speaking right now. To get into your profits. Definitely not a real life strategy, because in real life I would not recommend doing that. But here in the game, oh yeah, all day I'll do it. Really, what you don't want to do is leave missions. Like once you start a job, you don't want to leave it, because that's what cost you like 12 grand. I did that twice yesterday. That was like, ugh, that took a lot of my money.
Hello, hello.
Bender.
What's happening?
Not much. My brother, how you doing?
Very good. You know, it's Friday. It's hard to be, out of it on a Friday.
Is it Friday? It is Friday.
That's right. I'm sorry. I forget people who don't work Monday to Friday don't enjoy Fridays quite as much.
And it's not even that, honestly. Like, I don't have any days that I necessarily enjoy or don't enjoy. You know, I don't have, like, Mondays or anything, you know.
Yeah, I usually keep the weekend. I tend to do a little bit of work, but a lot more gaming, which almost seems impossible, but it's true.
Yeah, you know, most of my days kind of blend together. I kind of do the same things every day. You know, there's days that I go to the boxing gym, there's days that I don't, there's days that I work, there's days that I don't, you know, stuff like that. But like, you know, I don't really have any set days that I do. So I mean, Thursdays I guess I get like a lot of my adulting stuff done, you know, because that's the only day that I can do it where stuff's open.
Ah, right.
But aside from that, you know, most days just kind of blend in together, you know.
Yeah, my days aren't all that different, but I do try to concentrate my work Monday through Friday. I still check email and do some things on the weekend sometimes. But yeah, Monday through Friday, I try to get the work done. You know, I'm sitting here in front of my computer. I work an hour, I play a game for an hour. I could work for 2 hours, I'd play a game for an hour.
Fair.
It's extremely dangerous.
Dangerous. Yeah, I could see that. That's why I couldn't work from home.
Yeah, and I'm
There's
only
no
actually
way.
working about 3/4 time right now too. So not a full 40-hour week. It's more like a 30-hour week. But that's just because I'm lazy.
Right. You said what? What are you working? 30 hours?
Yeah. Yep. I've been slowly increasing it again. Back when I was working sales for the same company, I was working 60, 80 hours. A couple times I almost wanted to sleep over there to not have to drive 45 minutes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, so I'm trying to find you here. Let's see.
I forgot I had to host one, so it's up
Oh,
now.
okay. You don't. All right, cool. Refresh. What do you got here?
Yeah, it's under the same name. It saved all my info.
Yeah, last time it popped right up on the top is you, my friend. There you are. Joining convoy. Okay. So you're going to be cruising around Denver for a little while. Maybe I'll have to just bebop over there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be buying a garage out here and stuff.
Ah, yeah. I was trying to remember or figure out why my garage was in Roswell. I don't know why. I just clicked the button and it's in Roswell, but that's cool. Aliens and such.
Yeah, they do all kinds of weird shit. How do
Although I'm gonna have to upgrade or buy another one of these days.
how do I find garages to buy?
Well, there's a garage manager. There it is.
Yeah, that showed me the ones that I have already. Wonder if it's these question marks.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I've never actually had two garages. I basically just had one garage before. I don't think I made it past small the last time I played. So I had two drivers plus me.
Yeah, so this is the one that I have. It's a tiny one. Can't sell
Yeah,
it, so I
mine's
guess you need one.
Oh, tiny, right? Okay, so mine started tiny. I upgraded it to small.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, and then you can travel to it. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's where I
boy says
spent my early money.
some of the question marks are the dealerships to buy different trucks or something like that. All right, well, I guess
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you
think
down
it's
for
funny we
just
both have Kenworths. Is yours a Kenworth or a Mac?
it's a Kenworth.
Yeah, it's funny. Mine is too.
I think this is the one that what's his name, Trucker yesterday was saying that they don't make anymore.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I saw a truck just like this with the big square. I think it was a Peterbilt. It was behind me today. And it had pink lights all over it. It was a big boy. It had 3 wheels in the back, and
It
it was
had pink
obviously
lights,
set up to tow something. Yeah, they were like purple or pink. I mean, technically, red lights and blue lights are not legal to have on your vehicles.
Right.
And I was like, damn, those aren't red. They're not blue. They're freaking purple or pink. It's clearly right in the middle. I think you'd have a legal argument there. But yeah, you had the 3 wheels in the back, 3 sets of wheels. And there was some big giant arm coming off the back of it. So it was probably like a dump truck, tow truck or something like that.
Something serious, huh?
Turn left.
Ooh, it was serious. But yeah, it looked mean as hell. He had LED headlights in it. Obviously, the guy was like an owner-operator or something like that. It was
Oh yeah,
a truck.
you'd have to be to have that kind.
Yeah, it wasn't just some, yard truck.
And one, he must be making some serious money.
I had a friend in high school. His name was Doug, and I don't know how he got the job, but he got some kind of settlement, and he bought a tractor like this, $175,000.
Mhm.
And he's been working for the local asphalt company ever since, doing like all kinds of crazy jobs. Oh, we got to back it over that edge. Go get Doug. He can do it. So all over these years since high school, I've bumped into him here and there, and he's always, he used to be on Facebook posting pictures of, they said take
there's Big Blue.
everything right up to the white line, but not the white line. And he's using this digger carver thing, backing up with cameras. Pretty cool. But yeah, when we were in high school, he had this huge thing like one of these trucks we got here. And there'd be a car show, he'd show up with it all shiny.
Nice.
It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Hey, so I found out, those cameras on the map?
Yes.
I found out what they are. They're like little like scenery points. So like I just like found this one by the Denver, and it like showed a bunch of camera of like a bunch of shots of like the Denver airport.
Oh yeah, I just saw that on your stream. That's cool. Yeah, camera. I kept seeing that too. Scenic point discovered or something.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Can I teleport over?
Yeah, this is Big Blue right here. He's a controversial
standing
piece
there?
of art. Was it?
The thing standing there, huh?
Yep, the horse.
Oh, it's a horse. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I'm stuck here for some reason. Invisible wall. But yeah, he's a big old like horse sculpture. And he actually killed his creator.
Oh dear. The sculpture or the actual horse's name?
The sculpture did. But yeah, like it's
Really? Killed him.
Yeah, you can't see it in here, but like especially at night if you were like come to the airport and drive out of it, they his eyes glow red.
Oh really?
Yeah, they call him the demon horse. Because of that and because like he killed his creator. Yeah, so it was like I think the creator was like almost done or like had just finished it, and like a piece fell off and landed on him and crushed him.
Oh my god. That is unfortunate. Isn't it?
Yeah. It is, and it was actually a huge thing of controversy. People trying to get it taken down and stuff.
Oh really? Why? 'Cause it killed him?
Yeah, because they called it demonic. They were like, we don't want this representing Denver, We're like, come on, I mean, there's the home of the Broncos, and you got a giant blue horse
Yeah.
with red eyes. Like, that's fucking dope.
Nobody else died, right?
No, just the creator.
Well, that stinks. Was he an old guy or a young guy?
Turn right.
I don't remember. I think he was
doesn't
fairly
really matter,
accomplished,
but-
so.
Well,
No,
hopefully
and-
he
and-
sculpturing mine.
Yeah, and again, I kind of go back to he died doing something he loved, even though he didn't really expect it. Like that's not something
Basically what I was thinking, yes.
that's not something you would really expect, but he did die doing something he loved,
Is there any way to teleport yourself with your truck?
I know there is a way. Eee. Actually, if I just took a job, you could probably just take the same job and teleport up here, yeah? Isn't that how that worked last time?
It is, yeah. There's no real point in bringing my truck with me.
Turn left.
Is there?
I mean, unless you want to try. I prefer my truck, so.
Well, I have two guys. I have a driver that's not able to do anything because I stole the truck. I'm gonna give the truck back, and I'm gonna go up to Denver and do a quick job. Truck manager.
Yeah, boy says I may actually get the bundle. I'd do it while it's on sale. Is it still on sale? What's today?
I think it might have ended. I got those last night. They were still on sale.
It ends the 16th. I don't know what day it is right now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's 13th.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you should be good. Like I said, I was thinking about picking up maybe the rest of them. Probably not the Texas one yet, but.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that one. The older ones will be 70% off. Things from last year will be 50% off. So yeah, there's lots of stuff to buy. Doesn't matter what state you have. There's tons of jobs.
Your boy says it's like $10, but IDK if I want all the customization bundles. I mean, it's worth it. You know, and it's kind of like, and those customization bundles, like they come up to like $1 or $2 each.
Yeah.
So it's like you'd be saving like $2 or $3. I don't know. What am I doing here? No. Click on Denver. There we go.
I'm trying to reassign a truck. It's not easy.
No.
No. I think maybe first I have to say stop using the truck.
So should I pick a quick job so you don't have to bring your truck?
No, that's okay. Do whatever you want. I'm just gonna bring it. I'm gonna do a quick job up there, so I'll be in town.
Oh, you're just gonna drive up here? Okay.
No, I'm just gonna take a quick job. It'll boop me right up there.
Well, in
I'll take
that
a quick
case,
job that starts in Denver and ends in Denver or something like that.
I'm gonna go up to Steamboat. I haven't actually been up to Steamboat. So I may have to take that drive.
I have not been able to figure out how to quickly reassign this dang truck. Where's reassign? My goodness.
Yeah, I certainly know one thing though. Like I looked at my like finances, my bank and stuff, and I
Okay.
saw how much I spent on Steam between like
Yeah.
all the games that I bought and the gifts and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I spent a lot. But you know, I mean, it's a holiday,
Yeah.
so you know.
I actually keep I might spend $30 a month. That's probably average.
Keep right.
That's not bad for entertainment. $30 a month, you know.
Yeah. I have so many games I don't play that I'm like, oh, I should get that game, and I slap myself. I say, idiot! Don't plan to buy games you're gonna play in 2 years.
I figure honestly, I figure why not? You know, I'm like, if there's a game that I
I
really
do if it's cheap. I do if it's cheap, and if I've been waiting for it and it goes on sale, I'll buy it anyway.
yeah.
I literally have, a dozen really top games sitting in my favorites that have never been started. Kerbal Space Program,
Okay.
Metro Exodus. I mean, I got like 16 minutes in Metro Exodus. I bought that when I got my video card because it had ray tracing. 16
Nice.
minutes in it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think we all do. You know, it's this new age of gaming. You know, it's easy to collect them.
Yeah.
But it's like, you
So-
know, as long as Steam's there, you're always gonna have it. You know.
I also tend to go kind of obsessive on games too.
Yeah, same here. It's
Factory
it's hard
and
not
Project Zomboid. Both of those are really, I'm like, got nothing to do for 10 minutes? Play some Zomboid.
Yeah, boy says the Montana DLC is like $10 for it while it's on sale,
Right. And then
which is
turn
fine because it's a huge state. But to buy 4 states is only like $14. Metro Exodus was a great
turn
game.
right.
4 states for $14 sounds like an okay deal, as long as you can afford $14.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Yeah, boy, I know you're kind of young and stuff like that, and like, you know, I pay a lot in video games just because.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, but we're both old, and like, you know, honestly, I could be spending a lot more when it comes down to it if I really wanted to. Like, I mean, I know I say I'm bad with finances, but like, compared to most people, I'm really not that bad off, you know. Oh yeah, I was saying that I was looking because you were saying that, you know, my salary, my wage wasn't bad,
Get ready. to
and
turn.
I was like, I looked it up today, and I was like, that's actually like, in the top like 40 something% of people in America make about that much.
It is, yeah. No, that's solidly in the middle, like 40 to 60. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, it's not too bad for being a single guy, you know. And I was like, it's my first time, like
Plus,
really
we're
getting
divorced X years ago. That you know, that's like a reset.
right, right.
You know, my stepfather was working for IBM. He was making a lot of money. Jeez, he was a manager in
Yeah.
the 70s. And then he got divorced, and he said, I went from having money in my bank account to having no money because he had 2 kids, and then there was 2 houses. It's just, whoo. Yeah, that'll, whoo, boy. I wouldn't want to go through that. And I never will.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one of those things. I kind of got off easy.
Well, yeah, I don't think anyone gets off easy, but still.
Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
considering, especially like I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I work with a lot of divorcees. Like, there's a lot of ladies that come across my table, and there's a lot of ladies that are very brazen about how they feel about men.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, my God, I'm so tired of all this fucking estrogen. And like, I don't want to say anything, because I'm like, these are my clients, they're paying me, But like, it's starting to get to a point where I'm like, I'm getting ready to say something because it's a lot. But
Well, now we know why you started your new welding career. Did you ever hear back from the welding job guy?
I actually didn't. He hasn't got back to me yet. But like, I was looking into that, man, and I was like, I can't make nearly as much welding as I do with massage.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised by that. At the beginning for welding, what are you gonna be making, 25 an hour?
Not even. That's what I was asking for, but they're looking at like, I looked at the median out here, and the median's like 10K shy of massage therapists.
I'm not too surprised at that. That doesn't surprise me at all. Massage, you can go in a corner and weld and be a jerk. You
Yeah,
really can't be a massage therapist and be a jerk.
fair enough.
You need another set of skills besides your motor skills to be a massage therapist.
That's true, and
That's probably why. Plus, you've been there years.
yeah, and that's another thing. I do have the experience under my belt and stuff like that, so that does help.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, but that's not really a surprise. It's not easy to start a second career, in your 30s from scratch.
Right. So I was like, I'm gonna be revisiting the idea of trying to find a fabrication shop out here and trying to do some like internship or something.
Yeah.
Just be like, look. Oh, go ahead.
Do you like cars? I mean, you're into cars. You don't have to really be into cars to like cars.
I mean,
Because if-
yeah, cars are cool. I have no problem
Got
with
in
them.
with somebody that was like a speed shop.
Mhm.
Okay. Now that could either be Chevelles and old Mustangs, or it could be new Nissans and things like that. They all have the same thing in common. They all need exhausts welded and bent custom together,
Mhm.
and they all need intercooler piping in the engine bay, custom welded and bent. And it does become an art form, but the materials aren't generally that expensive. So a place might say, all right, well, let me give them a chance.
Yeah.
More than, I don't know what other kind of places you applied, but I'm imagining something like a Midas muffler shop or a big chain.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That's a place that could employ you a lot of hours.
there's all kinds of places, all kind of like factory type places or like construction type
you told
places.
me that.
That seems to be what my school are connected with. So I'm gonna look around. I know there's actually like on my way to work, there's a fabrication shop that I drive by, and I've been thinking about talking to them for a long time.
That's pretty cool
So-
too, man. You said construction. I would love to weld construction vehicles back together.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool, but I'm weird.
That would be cool. And like honestly, when I went to a job fair, there was a couple of them. There's places that do boats for the military. They weld aluminum.
Ooh, yeah. You'll need some practice on those, I think. but
Oh yeah,
still.
definitely. There's other ones that do. There was another one that does trains. Some
I
like
hear a
this.
train. Do you hear a train?
I do not, but we're not.
Oh, you're not moving either. We're
Right.
both jibber jabber.
Yeah, Boy says
Yeah,
it's a
no.
pretty decent deal compared to the $33 for like 2 Northwest States and pointless customization bundle. Okay, yeah, I mean, whatever you whatever you feel like, brother. Like, I think you're thinking about it
Yeah,
too
I don't
much. Yeah.
I don't have too many of the customization bundles. I'll tell you my rule is if it's at 70% off, buy it. If it's not, you could wait because it's sooner or later it's going to be 70%.
Fair
The
enough.
only thing about that is if you want to make sure you can get to Colorado, you'll need
Turn
more of the
left.
states in between. So you
Right,
want to make
right,
a
right.
sacrifice with that. All right, I got a big giant load of what the hell is that? It's like a giant refrigerator, 2 of them. All right, I'm coming to Denver.
Whoop, whoop. I'll be in Steamboat.
That's okay. I'm sure this is going to take me a few minutes. 226 miles. I'm probably still in another state. All right, this is the worst part of the game for me. Making a mistake in the first 5 feet and ending up in a dead end or something.
Well, it's better than having to go around another 100 miles.
Yeah, like that thing. Were you there? Yeah, remember last night when
Yep,
we
yesterday.
went down that big giant hook and turned around? Made me late. I lost money.
Lost a little bit myself.
What always cracks me up is how far the wheels turn on a truck. The front turning wheels. And
Keep left.
how you can quickly get the speed too fast for where you want to go. Even though the wheels will turn that sharp, it's like, yeah, you're going fast, bro. Here comes the telephone pole.
Oh yeah. Hang on a second, I gotta plug
Oh.
my headphones in.
I did hear a train. I gotta cross the tracks. Floor it!
There we go, starting to beep at
There's a
me.
game called My Summer Car.
I've seen it.
It is very frustrating because you're only allowed to pick up or hold one item at a time.
Hmm.
That's, sometimes there's a
Ooh, look at this
inventory limitation. That's the limitation of that game. You can only pick up one thing. There's a train there, and if you get killed in that game, you got to walk like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in real time in the game to get back to your house and even have anything.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh man, I got killed by that son of a bitch train like 3 times. One time I got killed by not wearing my helmet when I was riding a motorcycle, and a bumblebee hit me in the eye.
What?
Yeah, bumblebee to the eye. Oh yeah, I died once when I got stung by wasps when I was trying to retrieve a bunch of wheels. It's a weird game. It's a very frustrating game. I'm not sure I recommend it.
Fair enough. You know what?
Played the whole thing with a steering wheel too, and the driving was very realistic. You could crash so easy. You'd make money by driving a septic truck around and emptying people's septic tanks.
That's funny.
It's funny. It was just bizarre.
Have you seen or played that My Desert Car or something like that?
No,
Or maybe
my
that's
summer car was. There's a couple games that are kind of like that. The Long Drive.
it may be
That's
something
the
like
kinda-
that. Like I remember, like all I remember is it's set in like a post-apocalyptic like desert, and
Maybe
like
the Long Drive.
it could be that, yeah. Where it's like you just
Yeah.
drive from one spot to another, and like you loot the area to look for stuff to fix your car and see how
Yeah, I
fast
think
or how
that's
far
it.
you can go.
It's one long road, and there's lots of places to stop on the way, and you can get in these spectacular accidents where everything will fly off the car, the doors, the hood, the headlights. You got to run around and pick up all the things, and there's deadly rabbits that can kill you. It's crazy. I've been so tempted when it goes on sale for $8. I'm like, well, why wouldn't you buy it?
Oh, you haven't played it?
No, but what I've done is watched Scapegoat, who's a great YouTuber. I've watched him play it for hour after hour after hour. It's just so funny. He'll get like the car with a 2 turbos on it. He'll get that thing going, like 100 or 275 kilometers per hour, whatever that is. He's Canadian. Don't blame him.
Keep right.
And
exit
then
right.
he'll hit a rock in the middle of the road, and the thing just flies 150 feet in the air and flips over and over,
Oh,
shedding
jeez.
all its apart, doors, windows. I wouldn't want to play that game, and he's very stubborn the way he plays it. But oh my god, it's so funny. I die laughing when he has those accidents and the car flips over like crazy. It's insane.
That sounds like a
Real
lot
funny.
of
He
fun.
goes, "What?" Ooh, I need some wipers. You getting any rain?
Not here.
Turn right.
Not no Colorado. Oh, this mountain drive's beautiful.
Go away, map.
Oh, now I'm getting rain.
I don't even know where I am. I was very confused for a while with your GPS voice, because I don't use GPS voice.
Oh yeah, I turned that on. I don't even remember where I did it. I was just messing around with the settings one day when I set up my my FOV and stuff.
There's a train. But luckily, we're on a bridge over top of it.
So I came up with a genius idea for a video game that I want to start developing.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'd love to try that.
I think I would like, yeah, like Blizz and I have been talking about developing a game, and I know Isaac's actually messed around with Unity. So I was like, I think if we get like the 4 of us together, put our heads together, I think we can do something.
I'm actually a
And,
computer
like-
scientist, bachelor's degree.
Really?
Yeah, so I know code. You know,
Oh.
I don't write code. I don't write code, but it's not. I look at it and I go, okay, yep.
Okay.
Mostly. So yeah, no, they have like engines that you can just build in and buy assets for, and
Right.
you don't have to code that much. You still need a story to make it compelling.
Yeah, my thing was I couldn't think, because like I have a couple ideas for games that I'm like, man, that would just be too complex for a first game, you know, like we would need like some practice, you know. But then like just the other day I was massaging and I came up with a real good idea. I'll tell you off stream. I don't really want to put it out there.
Yeah,
But I was like, okay, that'd be super dope. Plus it'd be right up our alleys, like what we do anyway.
nice. Yeah, I don't have any ideas for games. I just wish there was a game where like I could take this truck and park it like in a hotel and then switch to Project Zomboid and have my truck in the garage, like a meta game.
Game inside of a game.
Yeah, like I could drive my truck to the airport over here and stop and go fly an airplane in Flight Simulator. They've been
man.
thinking of that for decades now, but it's just nobody will share their money making property in that way to allow that to happen.
Yeah, that's too bad.
You don't want to do it with stupid stinky games. You want to do it with the good games you got.
Right.
Yeah, I was trying to find a place where there was an online bar that you could go and hang out that didn't cost anything. I couldn't find one.
An online bar.
Yeah, someplace you could walk in like Deep Rock Galactic and laugh and dance around and have your character and drink beers.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And then say, oh, let's go play this game. Wonk. And you all go over to one game. I couldn't find it.
there's like
Couldn't find anything like that.
Second Life.
Yeah, there is, but you got to pay for that, I think.
I'm sure to do anything cool you have to. I don't know if it's a free-to-play game or whatever, but
And there are free-to-play games like that. I just feel like free-to-play is...
it's hit and miss. You definitely, especially games like that, you tend to get a lot of
Right,
riff
younger
raff.
kids, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of like RP in World of Warcraft.
Oh, yeah?
I know it's not quite the same, but it was a lot like that, you know.
Yep.
Wasn't the most fun.
Yeah.
I'll admit, yeah, there were times that things got a little rough. But yeah, I think I know what you mean. Just like a casual game where you could just like.
Well, it would
do
almost
stuff.
be like a game that would allow you to load into other games.
Right.
Okay? I want to be able to take a car that I built in Automation Tech Tycoon and drive it down the street in City Skylines.
Huh. How about like
We're
Grand?
close.
How about like Grand Theft Auto 5?
Exactly. So, why couldn't I, if I own Grand Theft Auto 5, which I do, maybe I own 4, I forget. Why can't I just, park at a rest area and push some configuration screen, and then I can drive this truck down the road? It'd be cool. It's not that far off. I just don't know how anyone would make any money off of it.
Well, I mean, you would have to buy both games.
Well, what if you already I have so many games,
Uh-huh.
I could stitch them together and have some kind of crazy play session where you go from one game to another. But nobody's going to make money off of that, so nobody's going to make it work. That's the problem. Anyone who wants to make it work, and they've been trying this for decades, wants to do it. The Atari Jaguar was supposed to be something like that. They want to do it all within their own game sphere, their own system, so
Right.
PlayStation, all within the PlayStation. But that's not what I want. I want PC games. I don't want to have to be limited to be using all the same games that are from a certain publisher or something like that. Sooner or later, somebody's going to crowdsource something like that where you'll have a virtual meeting place and you can just duck off into other games. Well, you can almost do it now. Like, it's like Discord, but it'd be a 3D Discord that you'd be in.
Oh Oh, you're talking like the metaverse type stuff.
Metaverse, exactly. Yeah. Yep. But being able to launch games that you want, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm crazy.
That's a little too much for me. That's a little too techie for me. I ain't
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
lie.
think we're gonna be able to develop that. That's for sure.
I'm not into the whole metaverse thing.
I just want to play it.
I tend to have less trust in computers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, did you see Red Viking? His computer died right in midstream.
Oh no, that sucks.
And then he had to take it into a computer shop, and since he had like a really new motherboard and graphics card, or at least motherboard and chip, they were like, "Oh, we gotta buy RAM to test to see if it's the RAM." I was like, "Fucking A, bro, you took it to the wrong place."
Right.
So I've been ribbing him online about how he better not, forget it where he came from. And the other day I went on, I posted, I said, "Who is this Red Viking, and why am I in somebody's group I don't even know?" He hasn't streamed for a week.
Oh man, that's rough.
It's okay. He's being good-natured about it, so I'm giving him some good-natured ribbing.
No, I mean, I'm just saying it's rough that he hasn't been able to.
Yeah, I think he's trying to do something where he can send the parts back as incompatible or defective. He probably got them from Newegg or something like that. But he would like them to send him replacement parts right away, which is a hard sell. Told him to get an empty teacup and go to all his neighbors, knock on the door, and say, "Could I borrow a cup of sugar, please? And a stream-capable PC with a banging video card?" You got an extra one of them?
Hey man, it worked back in the day.
Yeah. I told him to come up to New York. I'll host him in our spare room. But no, I saw his message today, so it's been like 10, 11 days now.
Oh damn, that sucks.
Yeah, he needs to have a backup. But actually, I think he did have a backup, but he gave it to one of our other friends, another viewer, Rob.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Yeah, it was nice of him. And then his computer broke. No good deed will go unpunished.
There's a song about it.
Is there? Is it a pop song?
Yeah, no, it's actually from the musical Wicked.
Oh. Disney musical?
No, not at all. It's it's the story. It's the Wizard of Oz story. It's like the origin story of Wizard of Oz. So it's like
Yes.
it's like where the Wicked Witch of the West came from, how the Scarecrow became Scarecrow, yada yada yada.
Yep. I think I just misidentified the intellectual property there.
So it was a good show. I saw it with my mom. I took her there for her birthday one year.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, there's a song, "No Good Deed Goes Unpunished."
Yeah.
No act of charity goes unresented.
I'm in Colorado Springs.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's pretty out there. That's
dark, I can't tell.
I meant in real life. I guess in the game too.
Yeah.
So Bender, since the topic of the day is finances, if you don't mind me asking, like, what do you know about it? Like, how much of you like making a year? If you don't mind me asking, I don't want to get too any detail.
If it was full time, it'd be pretty good, but right now it's probably around 60. I'm in a weird situation where I'm taking care of my mom, and she's not broke, and the house is all paid off and everything. So
okay,
my bills are super low.
Fair enough.
And my debt's not that bad. It's under 10,000, so that really doesn't bug me too much.
Do you have like properties? Do you have any like investments or anything?
No, I don't. I really don't. See, I had 2 car companies, well, 1.5 car companies. And when one was done and I was 48, I didn't have any money. It was done. I didn't have to declare bankruptcy or anything, but there was no money left.
There's no money there, yeah.
Yeah, yep. But I hate to say it, but my parents are almost 90.
Yeah.
So sooner or later, I'm gonna be getting their money, whatever, and, this and that. But I'm not really very obsessed about that.
No, and are you expecting like a good amount?
It's probably a good amount, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's fair, and like 60 is not bad, if you don't have a whole lot of overhead, and like I'm assuming like because you're taking care of your parents, right? But like, is their money
Exactly,
able to
yeah.
take care of them? Like you don't have to really pay for anything.
Oh, they have their money takes care of the house and all the bills and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. My stepfather is still in pretty good shape, but he's 89.
Yeah.
So
That's a good long life,
He's getting a little slow and forgetting things, but it's not that bad. But my mom's got Alzheimer's, so she is a handful.
Yeah, that's got to be tough, huh?
Yeah, could be a lot worse.
Fair enough.
I really don't feel fair complaining, so I try not to.
I hear that.
Biggest problem is that I am not a patient man.
Oh no.
I'm not patient. I get annoyed easily, and it's it is what it is. I've been getting better, but there's certainly a lot of room to improve.
I was gonna say maybe this is God's way of teaching you some patience, and
Damn! Friggin' tanker truck just cut me off viciously. Is this what Denver's like?
It is just like that. All those damn vicious tankers.
Can't believe I didn't hit him. But yeah, what did you
Bender
just say?
driving like? I was like, I mean, maybe that's God's way of teaching you some patience.
Oh, right. Well, it certainly has. There's absolutely no doubt that I've been here 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was not a patient man before that, and I'm still not, but I'm way better, way better.
Well, that's good. I mean, if it means anything, I haven't I've kind of noticed it once or twice. But for the most part, no, you seem pretty laid back to me.
I try hard, that's for sure.
I hear that, and honestly, I'm the same way. I wasn't always this chill. I wasn't always this cool, this laid back. It's taken a lot of work.
It's funny how you can get to know somebody by just talking to them and playing games with them, and
right?
Hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny,
I mean, it's a bond, man. This is something that the ladies, they may talk shit about it, but they don't understand.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can do this, have a bond with a lady in a gaming friendship thing. Maybe not.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of studying on the dynamics between men and women and stuff, and I'm like, we're so different, and there's definitely gaming ladies, and there's definitely couples that I've seen that are bonded and they play games together and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's just not the norm,
No, it seems very rare to me. Yeah. I mean, my whole life, I never dated a girl who liked games. No way. I dated a couple of girls who liked cars and turbos, but not video games.
Well, and especially back in the day, that was a whole lot more rare. The gamer girl, gamer girl thing didn't come out until the Xbox era. And basically, once gaming started going online, and then ladies realized they could start getting attention gaming.
Yeah, so many more guys there, right?
Yep.
Good move.
That's why there's actually a lot of fake gamer girls, if you've noticed. A lot of them,
frankly, no.
Yeah,
I interact with so many nice, awesome girls. A lot of them are married already, and I'm really not. That's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
In Texas, I could do good. But there's a lot of high quality girls. I don't want to point out any names, but in Red and Bluebell streams, I've said this before.
Yeah.
Even in Raptor streams, there's so many people in there now. Ooh, I'm almost there. I'm in Denver, baby.
Ooh. I just got to Steamboat. Yeah, I haven't been seeing them, and maybe it's the content and stuff like that I've been looking up. But Blizz and I were actually having this conversation because we were talking about the ladies and stuff like that, and I was like, he just doesn't believe that there's any good ones left out there yet, and I was like, I mean, of course there are, it's just you gotta be at the right place.
Yeah, there's plenty of girls of all temperaments, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah.
Yeah, plenty of people. It's just we tend to get stuck in these microcosms,
I just missed my turn. But I don't have any problem talking to girls. So I may be in a different situation.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not shy, and I'm not, I'm not Casanova or anything like that. But I've never had a problem talking to any girl I wanted to, and usually, that's the way to get girls that like you.
Yeah, really. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. It's like more than anything, it's your confidence and your ability to just talk, and like that's where I lack.
Really?
Oh
Would
yeah.
not have guessed that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's not like it's weird because like and it always comes down to like if it's a lady that I'm interested in,
Yeah.
If I'm not interested in it, then like it doesn't really matter. But
Do you know people in Denver? Because I'm in big trouble here.
I know a couple.
Oh no! Oh my God! There's a driveway. Okay, don't listen to me. I went all the way around the back of the delivery area, and there's a big X in front of me, but there's a driveway right next to the X is where I can pull in. All right, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
No, here's if I can get one-on-one with a lady, like if I can get like the date, then
Yeah.
like I'm golden, like I'm pretty successful when I can get the date.
Yeah.
It's leading up to that for some reason, man. Like and really I guess it's not women. I've learned it's like people in general. I just have a really hard time approaching. I have a hard time starting conversation.
Oh really?
I feel very
Yeah.
yeah. I feel very
I can always
awkward.
think
Like
of the stupidest things to say. Yeah, maybe I'm just less self-aware.
no, it's not even that. It's not even a self-awareness thing, or maybe I'm just too self-aware or something. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, it could come down to like, here's like, psychology and stuff like that. But I wasn't very good at talking when I was young, and like I actually didn't say my first words until I was like 5.
Oh yeah.
And I used to stutter a lot, and I used to get stuck on my words a lot. And
I never know. You never know now.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I've worked on it a lot, but it definitely comes out when I get nervous or when I get angry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have a very hard time with conflict because I just shut down and like I really don't know what to say, and like even if I do know what to say, I don't know how to say it, and I'm one of those kind of people.
Yeah, I get a little over something in conflict, so that's why I really avoid conflict. All right, successful delivery to Denver.
Nice. I'm on my
Sweet.
way to the Springs if you want to meet there.
All right, Colorado Springs.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Keep right. and
Yeah,
then
so I have a
turn
lot.
right.
I don't have any problem meeting women, but
Mhm.
I definitely do not get
Turn
into
right.
multi-year relationships. Very, very rarely.
Yeah, so you haven't had any like serious relationships?
And I've had a couple of serious ones, maybe 2, but not anything that's. Both of those were like 3 years, 4 years.
Is there any
And,
like particular reason why you didn't want to go down the marriage route or anything?
No, I really don't know. I always thought when I was a teenager, it's like marriage, wedding, not for me. But I don't know. Maybe that's just I grew up in the country.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: it's not for everybody, and I get why, especially in the Western world where like the laws highly favor, and in fact they almost incentivize women to leave their men,
Yeah.
So
definitely have some points there. Yeah.
So
But I don't think that really. I'm older, so that wasn't any part of it. My brother got married and had 2 kids and got divorced, and I'm like, the kids are great, but the divorce is not great. He
Right.
was married for 10 years. It's just, I can't. I don't think I could handle that.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the idea of like long-term relationships anyway, then
I mean, that part doesn't bother me. I don't know what part bothers me, honestly. I never got close to getting married because I knew, right. I picked girls who weren't interested in
Go
getting married.
straight on.
I mean it makes sense if you're not. Oh my God, they have a dispensary here.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Hold on, I gotta back up.
It's got a big green plus. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I see it.
Oh my God, they actually have
Where are you
those out
going?
here.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah, the Springs. Dude, that is hilarious. I love this game.
They just started to open those in New York, apparently.
Oh yeah,
Go straight on.
I'll bet you they are scared shitless.
it's gonna bring a
Imagine
lot of
opening
them.
a dispensary in New York City. I mean, everyone in the criminal field is going to go, can you see my hand on my chin right now?
I mean, if they
How could I break in there and steal all that weed?
they managed it in Chicago.
Really? Well, that's they're probably getting tips from them.
Yeah, in Chicago, it's funny because like I went out there, I went to a dispensary out there. It's way different than it is out here. In Colorado, it's so casual. Like,
Yeah.
Like
Well, you
you-
guys been doing it for years.
yeah, I mean, it didn't used to. It used to be a lot more strict, but honestly, in Illinois, it's even more strict than it ever was out here. Even when it was only medicinal, they had like 3 different waiting rooms you had to go through, and you had
Yeah.
to like order through a kiosk.
I've only
And-
gone to one once
Yeah,
in Massachusetts, and it was like a bank. It looked
Yeah.
like a bank inside. Marble counters.
Keep right.
And you go up and,
And then
you say this,
straight
and the
top.
guy turns the screen around and goes, that? And you go, yup. And he goes, boink, pushes a button, and
Goes
some girl
straight
comes
top.
from the back and brings it out.
yeah, that sounds a lot more like it used to be out here, like it was in Illinois when I went.
But, all in all, I was only in there 5 minutes.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, when I went in Illinois, we were there for like half an hour. It was a long time.
Oh, yeah, no, I was in and out.
But it was right outside the airport though.
All right, I'm delivering a wheel loader to Colorado Springs. Here I come.
I'm on my way as well. What am I even delivering? It's a box of, no, it's 2 boxes or something. Lumber? Oh, pallets. Looks like.
Everybody need pallets.
Apparently that's a big business.
Pallets, yeah? I imagine they must make a lot of new ones because people throw them away, break them up, burn them.
Well, it's apparently big business to collect them. And
Oh,
kind of like you see
around?
people do with like shopping carts and stuff.
really?
Yeah, apparently, like someone was telling me when I was when I was doing trucks and stuff like that, when I was delivering beer, someone was telling me about it. But yeah, people go around collecting pallet jacks, like they'll buy them from businesses that have them, and then go take them back to wherever they take them, so that they're
Oh,
all like
okay.
in a centralized place. Yeah, those are all like independent contractors, though, for the most part, it seems.
There's a job I could never do, delivering beer. Where'd he go again?
Yeah.
Send out the cops.
Yeah, it was a problem. I drank a lot of beer, especially because they gave us they had like a bar there, like at the center,
Oh my
and
God.
they allowed us to have 2 free beers after our shift.
That's the best job ever.
So literally every shift, everyone would go up there, have 2 beers.
When I go to my local beer place, there's always a bunch of UPS drivers hanging out there, like the end of their
Yeah.
shifts, drinking beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's right across the street.
They also had it. They had the beer trailer that you can go to, and you can get like 4 or 5 cases a month or something like that.
That is like some advanced employment benefits.
They give away a lot of beer, bro. Like you want a lot of beer, come over here, work for Coors.
I'll tell you what, I got a story for you. I got some great beer math going on right here. You ready for this one? And since it's a financial hour, this is a big financial tip.
Okay.
Okay. So I go to this beer store that's local to me, and they're big. So they go to these beer retailers that are even bigger than them, and they'll buy beer that's like within a month or 2 of expiring,
Hmm.
and they get it for a quarter of what it's supposed to cost. That's what the guy told me.
Very nice.
And then they bring it back and they sell it for half price. So things that would be $20 for a 12-pack are 10.
Wow. Okay.
Sometimes they're making mistakes like logistical mistakes. You mentioned Lagunitas the other night. Lagunitas made too much of something, I think.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm drinking right now a hazy beer from them that was made in November, but I got it for half price, literally half price.
Okay.
So here comes my beer math. I go down to the beer store and I take a huge carload full of returnables. I don't know if you have returnables in Colorado, but here in New York they're worth a nickel each.
Mhm.
Okay, so I bring 30 cases, like soda cans and all the beer cans, but mostly the beer cans. So these are the beer cans that I paid half price beer for.
Uh-huh.
Then I take them back to the beer store. I get all those nickels back, and then I buy more half-price beer with it.
Oh.
Now, as far as my math can calculate, I am basically being paid to drink that beer at this point.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you should probably check my math before you go and try that plan.
Well, I really don't drink that much beer. But
I
I
told
mean,
that my stepfather, who's a big financial dude, he just shook his head. I said, I'm basically drinking for free. They're paying me to drink beer at this point.
yeah, no, I was gonna say I don't know if it if the maths very well, but you know, if you like beer that much, it's worth it.
That kind of math I can't do. I can only do advanced math, computer math.
Oh, okay, so you can't do basic beer math.
Exactly. It has to involve imaginary numbers or I'm lost. I guess I'm still. Oh, I'm in Raton. Headed to Colorado Springs. Hey, don't you pull out in front of me. I don't have fines in.
I don't got fines full.
I don't have fines enabled. I'll smash right into you.
I will wreck you.
Red light, come
Oh,
on.
So yeah, man. So it kind of hit me. Like I know I've come to this revelation several times, but it really hit me today that like right now I'm doing what I was meant to do. You know, as far as like
What's
my job,
that?
massage.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Like I'm
It's nice to kind of feel that way. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, you know,
I worked with the cars, and then I worked with some other stuff, and I'm back to the cars. Cars is where I'm supposed to be.
yeah. You feel the cars and I feel the automobile industry.
Yeah, and plus my giant bank of knowledge makes it so that I'm a valued person.
Yeah, fair enough.
for these websites.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of the same here. I've been at this for 6 years. I'm very good at what I do.
Yeah, nice.
Get very good reviews. I can't tell you how many people have signed up for memberships once they've
Really?
come to see me. Oh yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
I'm the guy that like if someone has a complaint, they'll send them to me. They're like, hey, look, this person didn't have a great time last time. They need a really good
Well, that's good.
massage.
I said this a while ago when I realized I was kind of an expert on a certain car and stuff like that. I said, it's nice to be an expert at something.
It is.
Even if it's not karate or something physical, just still be an expert at something.
And I like you said, like even something kind of like, I mean, I don't want to say arbitrary, but something you wouldn't even consider, like archery or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's important. I mean, it's nice that you know we have skills that'll help us get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like, you know, we all need something. You know, especially as us as men, like we need to have our minds occupied with something. We need to be good at something.
Go straight up.
Oh boy, that was one confusing arrow on my GPS. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
boy. Another one.
I know I managed to go the right way, but it was close.
I keep thinking I see deer jumping in front of me. But yeah, you're right. You need to take your time, become a master at something.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm very glad that, I'm very glad that I have that level of knowledge in that subject. It's, it's not a nonsense subject. It's a money-making subject.
Mhm.
So, but it's also something that it was totally my hobby before I made any money off of it.
Yeah, you know, fair enough. And that kind of goes down to the whole idea that you need to like do what you need to do to fund what you want to do.
Yeah. It's a really good idea to not hate your job.
It is, yeah.
Really, really. I've been in jobs that I was not happy in.
Oh man.
It's no good. It's no good.
Yeah, you and me, man.
I kind of jumped the gun, and I got a rule. If I am sitting there going, man, I'm going to quit this job, the third time that happens, I do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't.
I know after 2 weeks. Like for me,
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. Like anything that I've ever done, just about, it only take like all the relationships that I've been in and stuff like that. It's only taken 2 weeks
Yeah.
before it's like, all right, no, this ain't gonna work. You know, like something in me is just like this ain't gonna happen. So like I've definitely been at jobs where I'm like, you know, and that doesn't mean I left at that 2 weeks, but I knew I had to go. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I took one job. It was kind of in the middle
Keep
about
left,
3 years ago.
And then turn left.
that didn't have anything to do with cars, but it was retail sales. And this is kind of funny, and nobody report me to YouTube, but it was a porno company.
Uh-oh.
It was a sex toy company.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, they were like, they had shops. They were like a sex
Right.
shop.
And they wanted you to do
And they
what?
had DVDs and stuff like that.
They wanted you to like
listed, you know,
test the product.
listed 40. Yeah, they listed 40,000 DVDs on Amazon every day. So they needed somebody who could technically handle e-commerce like that.
Right, right.
And I was like, you know, when I went to the interview, the guy was like a conservative, and he was a flamboyant kind of guy, and I was like, yeah, this looks kind of cool. And the money was great. You know, I was leaving a job that was making me pretty good money that I was a little frustrated with, the sales job with the car harness company. Now I'm the web guy. But anyway, I went there, and, you know, it was just, he had so many shitty employees for so many years that he had developed all these defenses against anything. But none of them worked on me because I didn't give a shit. So he would tell people, "Oh, I know you did that. You want me to get out the videotape?" Because he had cameras everywhere. Because it was like a warehouse full of those. I'm sorry, pardon my French.
Oh, you're good, brother. I don't care. People could come to
So
this
he
channel.
had-
They know. Yeah. Although you seem to chase away y'all boy.
Uh-oh.
But that's all right. Have a good night, y'all boy. Thanks for stopping by.
Turn right.
No, I won't get any worse than that. So he would say, "Oh, I know you did that. I got you on videotape." And I was like, "Dude," and he gave me like no guidance at all. And he said to me before I started, he was like, "Yeah, the last guy who was here only lasted 6 weeks." And I was like, "Well," I didn't say anything. I was like, "You know, that might be your fault." Sure enough, it was his fault. So one day I was like, no, you didn't say that. He was like, "Oh, I know I said it. I got the videotape. You want me to get the videotape?" And I was like, no. And I stopped on the third no, and I said, "You know what? I don't work for you anymore." And I just left. I walked right out the door. It was like 3-4 weeks in. Somebody's saying to me, "Oh, I know what you said. You said this, and I've got it on videotape." I was like, "That's it. that's it. Goodbye." I left 10 minutes later with all my shit.
Oh yeah,
That was weird.
that's all you need, right? I mean, yeah. Sometimes you get caught up in those weird kind of situations like that.
Yeah, you know, he was used to dealing with his employees like that,
Yeah.
and I'm no. My answer is no.
Right. You don't do that. Like, you got to put down the law. You know, like even with bosses and stuff, especially with bosses, because they will run you over if you let them.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta teach people how to treat you.
Yeah, and it's not that hard. I mean, I usually lasted jobs like that 5, 6, 7 years sometimes, so it's not that bad. My first job out of college, though, I did have a boss who his degree was in political science. I was worried about that right away. So he was managing a technical crew who were running around the state doing computer installations at like state places, state hospitals, and things like that for voicemail. It was a pretty cool job, but man, he just ruined it. He ruined the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was there for 5 years, but the day I left, I just was like, "You are not my father."
Oh boy.
I took the company keys out of my pocket and dropped them on his desk. But that was the third time. That was the third strike for him on that. One time I was in a train on the way down to New York City to do a job, and I was like, "That's it. I'm gonna quit this job." And I said to myself, "That's number 2."
Well, what did he do?
Number 2. He was just a jerk.
Yeah.
It was 4th of July weekend. I remember this very clearly. And he wanted me to go do something that made no difference, and it was just to do something to cover his ass. Now, he wasn't technically horrible or anything like that. It was really his attitude that was terrible. And, you know, he was like, "Oh, I need you to be there Monday morning at 7 a.m. when they open." I'm like, "Dude, I have a 4th of July party at my house on 4th of July Monday afternoon." I said, "I can't do it." He was like, "Oh, you got to do it." It's like, you are not my dad, and you aren't talking to me like that. I'm a little bit of a hothead when I want to be.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, you know, I've had people try to talk to me like that, and I'm just straight up. I'm like, no. Like that's
Yeah.
not how this works.
I mean, I didn't yell him or anything. I was just like, no, that's it.
Right? Like, no, that's not how this is happening.
Most of my job didn't involve working directly with him, even though he was like the supervisor of whatever. So I didn't really have too many clashes with him. But yeah, that one was a bad one. And it's so funny because my parents my brother, I shouldn't say my cousins, but probably a lot of them, they've never like quit a job and walked out.
No.
I've done it like 3 times.
Yeah, same here. My mom's always told me, like, advised me against it, but I've never listened.
My mom.
I wouldn't say never.
You'd have another job lined up before you quit the first one.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, 3 times in a row. But, you know, they were 5, 6, 7-year jobs. Actually, there was 2 in the middle that I didn't quit abruptly. So I'm not that bad.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, there's been a handful that I've spent my full 2 weeks, but you know, once you do it 2 weeks, you've been done a long time.
Oh yeah, dead man walking.
Yeah, it's like it's just one of those things. But yeah, I have done my 2 weeks at most of the places that I've been, but there's definitely been places. Oh, bro, the first place that I massaged at, man, I'm so glad I wasn't chased away from the massage field, because between how clinical was when I was in school and then my very first job, I was like, I don't know if this is for me. Cause it was just so shit. Oh man. Well, first of all, in clinicals, like, you would think people that are getting $25 massages would be more grateful, but you want to talk about some of the most ungrateful motherfuckers, man.
Oh,
They
so
like,
this was like a place where you were actually massaging people.
yeah, during school. So it was like halfway through our semester or through our school year, we had to do clinicals, which is, you know, working on the public.
Okay,
And
yeah.
they were offering cheap massages, and we had to pick one weekend day. We had to do 5 hours, for up to 120 hours. So you got a lot of hands-on practice before you ever even went to the field, which is good. You need it. And yeah,
Were
but
they
like,
they were getting free massages.
they weren't free, but they were 25 bucks,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
which is like considering you'll pay like over 100, including tip and stuff
Free
like
would've been
that.
terrible.
Like, yeah, right, yeah. And this is kind of where I learned the lesson that, like, just because you make something, like, if you want to bring quality people around, you don't necessarily give a cheap product, you know, like, you don't lower your price.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, you know, my mom even mentioned it too, but I was like, yeah, it's like, it only brings people that that'll pay $25 for a massage, like people who won't really appreciate it, you know. And it showed, man. Like I said, there were some of those clients, boy. I was like some of the rudest people. Like, I'm like, we're here helping you, and like, not only that, but like, a lot of them were regulars, and
Oh, man.
they felt like, because they'd been going there for years, they felt like they knew massage and stuff like that, that they could like try to teach the students stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, this is brutal.
And that doesn't sound fun.
And then my first job worked for this place called Spa Via. It was one of the franchise places, and like, it found out real quick that this place was super cliquey, right? And
Yeah.
like, it was one of those, if you didn't fit into the clique, you didn't fit in, you know, like. And they ended up really not liking me and my ex because we were kind of hot-headed, you know. We're both real strong type personalities. And so there came a point where, like, we were thinking about quitting, but like, you know, my ex was very much one of those, like, no, you can't leave unless you have a job lined up and yada yada, this and this and that. And so I don't know what possessed us to do it, but like, we woke up we were both awake at like 5 o'clock in the morning one day before we had to go to work that next day, or that day, and we checked our schedules, and like, our schedules were blank. And we checked out, like, you know, a couple months ahead. We were like, they took us off the schedule. They're getting ready to try to fire us,
Jeez.
right?
Keep right.
So like, we beat them to the punch. We ended up sending in our letters of resignation
Exit. Right.
That's cool. Yeah.
before they even opened or anything like that. And they were not happy, man. They wanted to fire us.
At the
Jeez.
roundabout.
But I was like, yeah, no,
Well, at
screw
least
you
Don't have
guys.
to lie on your applications.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah, that was bogus, man. But
Recompute.
right after that, I went to Massage Envy, and everything was cool after that, pretty much.
That's cool.
I haven't really had much issue
Take
since.
third exit. Keep left.
So
Reroute.
how a massage is an hour or sometimes longer?
It's an hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours.
And do they like give you 10 minutes in between, or do you always book a half hour between?
Yeah, well,
Sometimes they're waiting to see who comes in.
it kind of depends on where you work and what the rules are. Where I work and the way that I work, you know, it's real kind of back to back. And
That's good in a way. Yeah.
I prefer it, honestly. You know, at first I didn't. I wanted more of a break. They give you 10 minutes pretty much, so it's like it's not the full hour. It's like it ends up being
Right.
closer to 50 minutes because
Yep.
you got to do the intake, which takes about 5 minutes, and then like you know you got to let them get dressed and flip the table, yada yada yada. You know, so ultimately they give you like 10 minutes to
That
in
cop just
between.
flipped his lights on me.
What's that?
That cop just flipped his lights on at me.
Yeah, I've seen that before too. Like
Didn't do anything wrong.
it's like you're going fast, but not quite fast enough to get in trouble. They're like, I
took
see
a left
you.
in front of him, but you know.
Oh, that might have been it. You just pissed them off, but not enough to find you.
Please make a U-turn
Yeah.
when possible.
Can't find me anyway. I'm fineless.
But yeah, so we have like and I work in 4-hour blocks. So I work 9 to
Okay,
9
yeah.
to 1, and then I have a an hour break, and then I work again 2 to 6.
I just remember when I was in school that the worst days were the days where you had like an hour class and then an hour break and then an hour class and an hour break and an
yeah.
hour class. It was like, oh my God, I'm here for 5 hours.
It was so
I'm only
hard.
doing 3 hours of classes. So I convoluted my schedule any way I could.
Yeah,
I screwed
yeah,
myself. My last year of school, I had to take 2 classes that were the same day, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m.
Mhm.
And one of them was chemistry 2.
Very
Like
nice.
not an easy class.
No, not at all.
So I
I'm
didn't
right
go to
there.
any of the chemistry classes. I just took the midterm and the final, and I was all right. I passed it.
Yeah, as
Thank
long
God.
as you passed.
Yeah, it was SUNY Albany, so there was 300-400 people in a class,
Oh, jeez.
in a room. At least for those, because chemistry 2 is very popular. All right, where am I dropping this thing off?
At the roundabout,
Should be some guy here
the
pointing.
second exit.
Couldn't tell you.
Giant tractor.
Yeah, the unfortunate part of my job is that like if I'm not booked, we're not getting paid, you know. And, like-
yeah.
And there's times like and like that really doesn't happen much anymore, especially honestly post COVID. Business
yeah.
has been booming. Like
Good.
that we were I guess they were shut down for like a month or two. That's when I was going through my divorce, so like I wasn't even in Colorado at the time. So I guess
Well,
they
that
shut
was
down from
something.
yeah it kind of was looking back on it,
The second exit.
but yeah, you know, I mean God works in mysterious ways, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they were shut down for probably about a month or two, and then like ever since I came back, like it's hard to get into a same day massage. Like
Oh.
we're pretty
Good.
booked back to back, and like even if I have any openings in my schedule, I usually get it booked up sometime
Then
throughout the
turn
day.
right.
That's nice. Yeah, sometimes that
It's-
can be a hassle, not,
Turn right.
having set hours and set daily things. But like you said, you sound like you're enjoying it.
You know, I really do, and like sometimes it gives me time. Like today, I almost had a 2.5-hour lunch because I had a 90-minute that was open after my first 2 clients, but then like I went in, did those 2 clients, and came out, and then someone booked in. Actually, I think someone called off, so they had to like switch them over to me. So I was like, oh well, you know, I was a little disappointed by that, but then like I ended up working on her. She was a super cool lady, and she's one of the ones that signed up for a membership, you know.
Nice.
So I was like, I mean, it always ends up working out, especially when like I leave like basically I leave it to God. You know, I was like,
There
there's
you go.
there's definitely days that I'm like, man, God, I hope that I have at least a couple hours open because I'm just not feeling it today. You know, sometimes He gives it
Yeah.
to me, sometimes He doesn't. You know,
Turn left.
and like you know, there's other days where like I'm not gonna say I'm never very booked. Like around Christmas, there was a couple days that I only had like 4 hours booked, but for the most part, I'm pretty busy.
That's nice. Yeah, some of the worst jobs, like I said, my college days when I had all those hour breaks, it just drove me nuts.
That really sucks. And like to go back to what I was saying, like at the beginning when I first started massaging, especially like you know before I was like really good,
Yeah.
there were times because I was working 10-hour days back then, and there were days where it'd be like we don't only have 1 or 2, and it'd be like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, you know. And those are brutal,
Yeah.
just sitting around for like 5-6 hours.
The best kind of jobs are where you can sit around and still get paid.
Oh yeah. We don't get paid
When
to
I
sit
was
around. So.
when I was when I was going to college, I worked a couple of maintenance jobs, and they were fabulous. As long as you weren't in some old decrepit building. I was in it was a company that worked for IBM, and then it was KeyBank when I was up in Albany, and it was a blast. It was an absolute blast.
Right.
I would come in and do like midnight to 8 in the morning, and I'd literally have maybe 2 hours worth of work to
Keep
do.
left,
Okay.
and then turn left.
Yeah.
But, when you're sitting around and getting paid, it's a different story.
Right. Yeah, I did security for a little while. I was doing like weddings and like overnights at hotels and stuff.
Oh yeah,
And,
I
like-
did that a little bit. Was that nice?
It wasn't bad. I really dug the weddings because they were only like 4 hours. The overnight, I mean, I would have stuck with it more if I wasn't massaging, cause like they wanted like 12-hour shifts, and I was like, it's really hard for me to do a 12-hour shift and then go try to massage for 8 hours, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Hey,
you
man,
know,
let me
and-
take a break. I'll be right back. 2 minutes.
is there? I'll probably go step away myself too. It's probably a good time.
Okay. Yep.
There we go. The springs. Ooh, am I level 10? I am level 10. Alright, let's see what job. Well, you know what first? What do I want to pick? Kind of want to do flammable. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let's do flammable. I'm gonna do all the hazard cargos. Yeah, and I'm gonna step away for a minute. 4 likes, couple viewers. What's going on, everybody? I am Mr. Marauder for the last time. For the last time, I will not be Mr. Marauder anymore after today, which is it's weird, man. It's an end of an era, you know. Been Mr. Marauder for a minute, for a couple years now, 3 years. I really dig the name too. It's gonna be hard to not call myself Marauder anymore, but times have changed. Doot and a doot. How long have I been at this? 2 hours? Yeah, I mean good time, about every hour.
Yo, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, we won't go anywhere more adultish. That might have been 10 minutes ago. I'm looking at the chat now.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention because you already said you weren't gonna go any further than that, which I figured it wasn't gonna be that kind of story. So,
Nah, nope.
which future reference, I don't mind.
It is unusual to see the kind of people that work in an adult store warehouse. They were
Yeah.
weird.
Wow,
They were weird. I was not as weird as them.
That's funny. You know, I mean, really anyone that works in that industry has to be a little. I don't want to
Not
say.
what I expected.
I don't want to say weird. I don't want to say like off, but it's like, in a way, like you're kind of selling your soul to a devil when you're working in that industry, you know.
And you know what? The other thing is that I feel like the people that were so jaded against just general commerce, like, oh, I gotta go open the cash register again.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it was the stuff they were selling. It was weird. There was one girl who was really skinny and she seemed really smart, and she was doing some of the stuff with Amazon, but I was supposed to take it all over. And there was another woman that was, she was really sweet. It was. Then the guys were like so stereotypical, like alpha pornos.
Oh yeah.
The guys in the warehouse, they didn't. I didn't get to know them very well at all, so it's probably a little bit unfair. But they were tall, skinny, good-looking guys, and they kind of seemed to be edgy. I was just like, this is a weird place. Weird place.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like I said, it's like that kind of industry draws just like interesting people, you know.
Absolutely.
I try not to be judgmental, I'm not here to judge, but like,
Yeah.
just not really my kind of people. I was talking to this lady one time, and she was just one of those ladies who just like to say stuff just to argue, you know. But
Yep.
the topic of like strippers came up, and like strippers doing like cocaine and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I just said, like, she got all mad, but I was like, it's just not my scene, it's not people I would hang out with. And she got all mad. She's like, nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, look, I'm not judging, was like, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. Well, I mean, there is, there is something wrong with it, but
There can be.
yeah, but I'm not judging. It is what it is. Like, I'm not telling them that they shouldn't be doing it. They can live their lives how they want to. That's between them and God.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
don't
Yeah.
choose to associate with those people. I've
Yeah, me either. But I did date a former stripper once
yeah.
for a little while. She was
Well,
nice.
if you're not
She really was not slutty. So yeah, but she did. She was very pretty.
if you're not looking for anything serious, then go for it.
That's
I
exactly where I was.
I will not. I've dated. Well, I can't even say I really even dated them. Like I've had a couple experiences with a couple
Yeah.
strippers in California. They
Yeah,
were
well.
they were both like actively strippers, and they were both very I'm just gonna say they were trash. They were trash women.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like
yeah.
straight up, like they weren't. I mean they were nice at first, but it's like kind of like what you would expect from people in that kind of industry. Like
Yeah.
drug
That was
users and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, the girl I knew barely. She did
mhm.
nothing, and it was probably 5 years after, 5 years before I met her too. So
Right, right, and I mean, I'm not
she
saying
wasn't
they're
doing
all,
it, and she was cool. She liked cars and everything, so it was kind of cool.
yeah, and I mean, they're not all like that, and there are those ladies that
Right.
legit only do it for a couple of years because they need a good amount of money, and they're smart about it, it's like,
Yep.
there's but that kind of lifestyle doesn't lean towards making good money, like making good choices and stuff like that. There's a reason why you don't see a bunch of like rich ex strippers.
Well, yeah, I don't think you do. You're right.
I mean, yeah, and
The only other stripper I ever knew was a girl who hung out at the bar that we were regulars at. And where she went to strip was like 50 miles away because she didn't want anyone to know.
I mean that's fair.
I didn't know her very well though, but she was funny. She used to go outside and smoke with us from the bar when smoking was still illegal.
Oh yeah. All right, well, give me one second. I'm
We'd
gonna
all
go
be
go
out.
step out. Speaking of smoke, I'm
Yep.
gonna go hit this
You
pipe,
got
and
it.
then let's go do
I'll be
a.
here.
Can you pick a mission? Do I need a?
Well, I
Promote
can
me.
pick any mission. So I am in Colorado Springs though.
I am too.
Can't you rent like an SUV and go out into the desert or something?
I mean, we could do that with our trucks.
I don't have my truck.
Oh, I'll be back. I'll be right back, man.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
All right, I'm back.
Yo, I just spent all my money.
What'd you buy?
I bought another truck.
Oh, nice.
Now let's see if I can.
And I was just about to say, I think it's funny how like, what's it?
I just delivered it to myself, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to drive it in Colorado. It may be waiting for me in Roswell.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Oh, I have $1,800 left. I could have got some tchotchkes for my dashboard.
All right.
Mm.
Oh well. Lesson
Well, I
learned.
might need gas. I might need gas actually, so it's probably for the best. I forgot to paint it.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna hop off stream.
Okay.
Because I'd like to talk to you like off stream or whatever, and it's kind of quiet tonight, so I was like, that's a good time for it.
Oh yeah, there's only 2 watching, and one of them's me. And
Yep.
The other one's probably yeah boy.
Actually, the other one's me. So
That's pretty funny.
yeah, I mean that's
to the world.
that's my
and
dummy
ourselves.
computer there, right? All right, well, if y'all are out there
All right,
watching the
cool.
stream, have a good night. I've been Mr. Marauder. I'm gonna take off. Ciao.
I'm gonna leave the game up just for the heck of it.